Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGFH semifinals. We're here with the national final bracket. And oh boy, is it good to be here. I've been here a couple times already on the stream, but I'm going to have a little bit of a new face with me. I'm Squid, joined now by my good friend Sidazet.
Hello, hello.
Again, not a familiar face, but how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm ready to cast the this matchup between these two top level teams today.
Right, well, this is again the Season 2 National Semifinals, and the teams that we have playing on both sides, we should probably mention the Connecticut region. We got the Woodstock Academy Centaurs that's going to be in the other match. The Notre Dame Green Knights are going to be shown off here as the number 2 seed for Connecticut, and of course Woodstock will be your number 1. And from the Alaskan region, we have the AJ Diamond Aftermath and the Colony Knights. We're going to be seeing the Aftermath in this game facing off against the Notre Dame Green Knights. And the Aftermath, the number 1 seed from Alaska. They won on the national finals, and I remember, or sorry, not the national finals, the regional finals. I remember seeing that one. It was a rather good match. They played pretty well, so I'm excited to see how that one goes. But before we get started, I do want to thank Mob Crush for helping us multi-stream this season. Huge shout out to those guys. But without any further ado, Sido, I think we're about ready to go with this match, eh?
I'm ready to get started.
All right, let's get the players right in. And again, this is going to be a best of 5 to decide who moves on. Of course, on the other side of the bracket, once again, the Woodstock Academy Centaurs and the, oh boy, who am I looking at? The AJ Diamond Aftermath. Or the Colony Knights. Colony Knights, that's the one. All right, let's get this one underway, though. If you want to see that match, it'll be on another stream. But right here we are. Best of 5 underway. Notre Dame Green Knights in the orange half. And oh boy, they're starting with a shot, Untitled. Gonna try for the funnel. Drops out in the center, Techers. Can't get that one in towards center. Oh, I see. Bit of a shot on net. Nice save there from Pogo Logo. A shot on both sides of the ball already. As we get this one right underway. You know, it looks pretty even, as we would hope, from the number 1 and number 2 seed from each of the different regions, respectively. A little bit of ping-pong action, though. I mean, honestly, what can you expect from a feeler game?
Yeah, first almost minute or so, it's pretty neutral. Ball's going back and forth. Some good challenges in the midfield by both teams, but nothing too pressuring for the defense just yet.
Moving back towards the blue side of the ball, Marshall. Well, long clear here. Rookie Carpet. Ooh, the shot on just barely touched out by Entitled. Good influence right there. Potential opportunity the other way. It's going to be Techers at the top of the box. Looking for the shot. Crossbar down, away. The follow-up is just off the post and away. Once again, Icy's going to be able to touch it off to the side, and Marshall will force it out of the corner. Big opportunity there for Notre Dame. They can't quite put that one through. They're going to try and remain on the offensive side. But once again, pretty close call there for the Aftermath.
Yeah, it's good for the team to get the early pressure. Oh, and we see a goal come from a nice shot.
Coming out of the corner here. Nice angle. Way to make use of that one. Marshall, I believe, the title really speaks for itself here. The Insane is what he has equipped, and he has been one of the staple teams for the Aftermath as far as I can remember. He's been one of the more mechanically sound players on that team. So very nice angle from the corner, and finds the upper 90 as well. Good shot placement. And we'll take the lead as I drop it into the corner once more. Looking for another center, but Quirky Carpet can't react to that one in time. Came across just a little bit too fast. That's Techers to lead out of his own end. Good shot on net there. Marshall is able to get across it, though. Notre Dame gets shut down on the offense once again. Some quality shots, but I think a little bit more continuation might help them out pretty well here, and they try and maintain this one on the blue end.
Yeah, looking good for here. If Notre Dame can get a quick counterattack off of these Aftermath offenses, they might be able to turn it around. Aftermath missing the shot right there.
A bit of an awkward situation. They do have the lead, though. 1-0 still in their favor. 2:45 on the clock. That might actually go in, though. Untitled's going to find the left side of the net off the post and in. And they'll equalize right there. Now Aftermath wish they had that other shot back.
Yeah, it's looking like the defenders just weren't ready for him to pull a shot out of that angle. Catching him off guard, and the shot just bounces right in.
Good placement once again on the shot. The Aftermath with Marshall coming in and grabbing the top 90. On the other side of the field, and the Green Knights do manage to find the left side of that there. We have a tie game here in game number 1. Good shot there. Marshall will be able to get up for that one in time. Can't clear it too far away, but finds Icy on the connection. As we pass the half, ball remains at the midfield line, and honestly, it's really difficult to say who has a clear upper hand in this one. The Green Knights, they've had less, I think, total pressure More shots on net, though, as they find another one right there. Corky Carpet will be able to touch it off to the side, but Aftermath, in terms of possession, I feel like they could do a little bit better, but not by much.
Yeah, like you said, Aftermath has more of the offensive pressure, even though the Green Knights may have more shots on goal. Another one goes towards target there.
Dropping back into the midfield, it'll be Icy first up for that ball. Corky Carpet is in the center. Good speed there by Entitled. But we'll just find Marshall. Looking for a potential connection right there. No, now a shot off the crossbar and away. Once again, a good idea. That shot just needs to get a little bit under the crossbar. I feel like if they got a bit more accuracy on their shots, they might be a bit more effective. But now they're playing a little bit of defense here. Corky Carpet was able to get it back to the midfield line. Marshall can't follow that one. Icy, quick to the ball. And once again, that possession comes out. Diamond High School. They're trying to close the gap right here. They want to take the lead. It's going to be Marshall off the back wall. That one up, not quite. And a good zone game here by the Notre Dame Green Knights, making them make that play off the back wall, and they are going to have to be incredibly quick. Unfortunately, that defense might break eventually, but for now, it's working them wonders.
Yeah, Diamond High School is doing a good job of pulling all the defenders out, but they just need to capitalize on their shots.
Marshall looking for the double tap, almost finds that one off the post. Icy for the follow, almost in. Techers got to be able to dive across and make the save. 50 seconds now on the clock. Plenty of pressure in favor of Diamond High School in the Aftermath. I've now matched the shot count. Icy's going to lead off downfield from the midfield line. Can't find any purchase on the back wall. Good defense there from the Techers. Center from Marshall. Nobody in position to play it. So it drops back to the midfield. Untitled. Going to keep this one in the blue corner for just a second. Trying to give his teammates a little bit of time to reset, but it's a runaway ball down the other way. Scores from his own corner to give the Aftermath the lead.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Diamond High School is doing a good job of pulling them out. They just can't seem to finish the job.
25 seconds remain now. DHS with the lead. Green Knights have their work cut out for them. Only trailing by one shot, but the possession has been all in favor of the blue team. But now Techers, great opportunity right here. He's in the air with a little bit of a stall. Marshall has to set it off his own back wall. No immediate follow from Notre Dame. Techers will tap it out to the side. If a double commit right there could prove awkward. The final 10. Going to tie it up right here. Good play there from IC. A little bit of zoning. Marshall's going to slow it down. Pogo logo trying to touch it back to Entitled. It's off the back wall. Quirky with no boost in the tank is able to get it just under the attacker right there. That little tap off the back wall just put it barely out of his reach.
Yeah, Notre Dame probably wishing they had just a few more seconds on the clock right there with all that offensive pressure right at the last few seconds.
Oh, again, a very even shot count. I mean, look at that. I believe it's 11 for Notre Dame and just one fewer for the Aftermath. So very close match indeed. And I don't believe the regional finals were this close, so it's nice to see this level of competition coming out here. Diamond High School do have the first game now. Now it's best of 5. Notre Dame is going to be challenged to bring this one back. As we open up with game number 2 with 5 minutes on the clock here. They will start out on the attack. Off the corner wall, Pogo Logo pressuring that one into center. Marshall actually switching out to the Dominus. Very speedy to that play. Corky Carpet going to speculate towards the net. Just the falls a little bit wide. But again, just a little bit of feeler right in the very beginning. As Icy touches this one upfield, looking for the corner. It just falls out in the Techers. I mean, honestly, it's kind of weird to see this kind of reset, but we see it a surprising number of times in high-level play in Rocket League, and it seems to be no different right here. The team's just resetting after game number 1.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have game 1 out of the way and already won. It will help them play a little more relaxed for the rest of the series, unless Notre Dame decides they want to just take 2 games off of them. But it definitely helps them play a little more relaxed and a little better.
Marshall looking for the double tap there. No such luck. Icy's going to return it to the back wall. Quirky Carpet's on top of the box and manages to weave it all through all 3 defenders. A bit of a triple commit there, but unfortunately nobody seemed to make contact.
Yeah, it looked like just some miscommunication right there, and Quirky Carpet just capitalizes on their mistakes.
Well, guess that's one way to do it. Up from the top of the box. Good shot there. Finds the left side. Bit of purchase. The Aftermath have the lead here. Looking to move on match point with a win here. Marshall on his own back wall. Bit of an awkward 50-50 there. Drops the Techers, looking to try and make a play on this one. Potential center opportunity. Icy doesn't make contact there. Quirky Carpet's going to be up in the air. No, gets beat out by Poco Logo. It's still in the center, and Untitled's got to be able to put it through. Nice tenacity there from the Green Knights in the corner.
Yeah, right here, Untitled just kind of waited for his opportunity and watched all of the Aftermath players just kind of whiff the ball there, and, you know, easy shot right from the middle of the box.
3 minutes and 41 on the clock. Notre Dame managed to tie it up just then. Oh, that's a rather unfavorable face-off. Entitled in a bit of an awkward spot here. Icy's going to force the issue. Can't get it through. Marshall's going to remain this one in center. Quirky Carpet for the shot. No contact made. And I appreciate the aggression from the Aftermath. I mean, really taking that offensive possession that they had from the last game and trying to transition it into something useful right here. And in game number 2, where they need to take this win or move on to match point, it'll be a huge momentum hit for Notre Dame if they do lose out on this game, and for the Aftermath, it's going to be very favorable for them. As we approach the 3-minute mark, Marshall looking for the touch off the ceiling. No, can't get hit underneath the crossbar once again. The accuracy just a little bit too low, I suppose is the way we're gonna say that one. But Marshall, I talked about it. He's a bit of a mechanical genius, at least for this Aftermath team. He just couldn't get that one through.
Yeah, here again, he just barely misses the shot. Aftermath has all the pressure right now, as we see Notre Dame trying to transition with a counterattack, but it just kind of gets shut down quickly by Diamond High School.
Yeah, they're really desperately searching for something at this point in time as we approach the half. They do have the tie game, though, so some defense will work you wonders for a little bit, but Marshall finds the angle from the backboard, passing it to himself right after the half. Notre Dame find themselves down by 1.
Yeah, with all this pressure he's creating almost by himself, he was bound and determined to finally find the back of the net, and right here, he finally gets it after pulling out all the defenders.
You mentioned putting on all that pressure by himself, and I have to agree with you. I mean, Marshall just being on the offensive end is a force to be reckoned with. Kind of demands an aura of respect. Aftermath going to be starting out on the offense once again. Good touch there from Entitled. Getting off to the side. Now Icy serving it up onto the backboard. Nice bump there from Marshall. Gives Quirky Carpet a shot opportunity off the crossbar. Down, and Icy did not have the angle on that ball. Looked like he was waiting for it. Could not read it right. Now Marshall, good back pass right there. Has Icy up in the air. We passed the 2-minute mark. Aftermath really seemed to be in control, not just in terms of offensive pressure, but I think in possession, especially at the midfield line. Right now for Notre Dame, it's going to be a huge challenge just trying to get the ball out of their own half. And I think that's what's really been keeping them out of this game so far.
Yeah, they're having to compensate after Marshall just kind of almost running wild on them. They need to just figure out how to deal with that and then finally transition to a decent counterattack, as we see here as one getting started.
Will be Entitled to lead that counterattack. Unfortunately, it's taken out of the play. Tucker's off the back wall. Quirky Carpet has to be quick. Is able to do exactly that. And we'll touch it off the sidewall. A little bit of a lack of aggression there, in my eyes, if you're Notre Dame. Kind of left that one out in the center field for just a second. You mentioned that counterattack could be incredibly helpful, and unfortunately they weren't able to put that one away. There's still 1 minute and 10 on the clock. And they are on the blue half right here. I see a bit of a missed touch right there. Techers wasn't able to make contact either. Drops down from Marshall.
Yeah, with only a minute left, you might want to see a little bit more of a sense of urgency from Notre Dame, but it looks like they're trying to put some together here.
Is that a free net for Icy? No, he's actually passing to Marshall. I think he would have had the goal by himself, but it's nice to pick it up like that. But I have to agree with you on that one. For Notre Dame, I feel like a sense of urgency was something I touched base on just a moment earlier, actually. I feel like they should have had a man a bit more aggressively placed in the midfield, to be perfectly honest, when they got that one down in front of the net. I believe it was Quirky Carpet. Had plenty of time to get the ball away, and I really feel like they should have tried to close that gap incredibly quickly. But now the Aftermath looking at 45 seconds on the clock with a rather solid 2-goal lead right here. Notre Dame just haven't had an opportunity to put much on net, and a huge clear there from Marshall, going to shut down all offense whatsoever. Takes out Techers as well, looking for a second demo. Doesn't need one, but there is Pogo Logo to make the diving save right in front of Quirky Carpet. Nicely done on the defensive line, but I don't think that's going to be enough for you right now. Great touch there from Marshall. Again, just putting on all this pressure by himself, as you mentioned, Saito. He just seems to be, again, a presence that just kind of invokes fear in the Knights, no matter where they are. And the final 10 ticks down. It looks like it's really been Aftermath's game. I mean, we saw a lot of back and forth in game number 1. And the Green Knights have been able to put on a limited amount of offense right here, but I feel like they're giving a lot of respect to DHS and maybe just a little bit too much.
Yeah, here after going into game 3, they're going to have to make a change for sure. I think what they're doing is letting Marshall have a little bit too much space. They might need to use a little more aggressive play, bumps or demos to really control what he's doing and help them relieve some pressure when they're on defense.
I absolutely agree. So now moving on. Game number 3 of this best of 5. A lot of potential here for Notre Dame to be swept, but we have seen them. The first game was only by 1 goal, a loss by 1 goal. A second game lost by 2 goals. I don't think there's a particular lack of skill here. I just feel like you really hit it on the head. You got to give Marshall a little bit less space. Start respecting your opponents a little bit less. I mean, sure, still let them have a touch once in a while. You can't just start ball chasing. But I feel like it would definitely have some merit to start closing the gap a little bit. Like right here, Marshall, great shot towards the top of the box, but no. Cleared away once again, the follow-up by Quirky Carpet. Again, Marshall, he had just a little bit of time where they didn't quite close the gap between the two of them, and it gave him so much time to take that shot. That's only the first half a minute.
Yeah, one thing that might help Notre Dame, I've noticed in the first 2, as Marshall just puts another one in, is even when Diamond High School is getting clears, Untitled still seems to be there, just kind of lingering, waiting for a bad clear. If they can get more pressure to help him, I think they'll be able to generate a little more offense and maybe potentially give Diamond High School a run for their money.
A nice Doomsday dish off the wall there by Marshall, but I completely agree with you. I feel like a little bit of a maybe targeted clear, I guess is the way we're going to word that one, would really aid Notre Dame in starting to push out of their own half. But it's only the first minute, still plenty of time on the clock, and only down by 1. Plenty of opportunity here. Ball squeeze out onto their other side. Marshall going to keep this one in the zone. Once again, applying all of this pressure by himself. Looking to take out Techers here. Is unable to do so. And this one moving towards center. Untitled is the option, but Icy will be there for the clear. Good read on the defense. And honestly, I mean, we've been giving Aftermath a lot of credit on the offensive side of the ball, but I really feel like their defensive shutdowns are something worth noting as well. In the midfield on their own half. They just seem to be doing it everywhere. The Notre Dame do not have a good opportunity to really clear the ball downfield. But they will get one right here off the top corner. Quirky Carpet's in the air. Marshall actually beats into that ball. A little bit of a double commit might result in a shot against them, but Techers can't quite find the corner. Guys will be taken out for that trouble, and they'll try to continue the offense. But I have to say, that was probably one of the best pushes we've seen from Notre Dame, especially this game. That was their first shot on.
Yeah, and right here, it's looking just like Notre Dame's a little bit scrambled on defense. Maybe just a little more communication, and they just might need to calm down. I'm not sure what the comms are like right now, but I'm sure down 2 games and then down in game 3 isn't helping their situation.
You're absolutely right on that one. And I feel like it might not be just communication issues on the defensive end, but perhaps on the offensive end as well. We've been talking about that. Really, the story of this series so far has been that Notre Dame's getting a lot of respect to DHS, gives them a lot of space to work with on the defensive half, on the offensive half. So perhaps if they just try and tighten up a little bit, they could close that gap. But as we approach the half here, they do remain down by 1. Pogo Logo trying to lead a charge there, but it will fall to Marshall. Now Techers on the back foot. This is a bit awkward as he has to cross in front of the net. Does manage it over Akatapa too. It could be a potential counter right here. Pogo Logo is the option in center, but Icy will be able to drop it off to his own corner. And once again, a nice shutdown, seemingly against all the odds in that situation. And the Aftermath are able to get Notre Dame right back into their half.
Yeah, and I like that defense from Techers, seeing that Icy pretty much had a free path to net and then decided to go for a bump and slow his momentum down. That was pretty good.
Marshall trying to possess in his own corner. Bit of a missed touch right there. Opens up a window for Pogo Logo, but Icy does take the touch. Marshall looking for the pass down in center. Oh, an accidental team up right there. Looks like Techers had an absolute banger of a shot, but accidentally makes contact with his teammate. Instead, I believe that was Pogo Logo down in the midfield. Very unfortunate right there, and they'll want that one back, but a minute 45 is on the clock, and the fact of the matter is that they did not score. Trying to push down into the offensive zone once again. Icy's going to clear that one to the back wall. Marshall is the playable striker right here. Sends it off to the back wall again. And Quirky Carpet, good respect there from Quirky Carpet. I mean, we were talking about how Notre Dame have been maybe a little bit too respectful of their opponents, and again, want to close the gap. Don't know how many times you're going to hear me say that, but right there, Quirky Carpet playing that defensive midfield, not a bad idea.
Yeah, Diamond High School just seems to be a little more spread out on defense, which is definitely crucial for the 3v3 gameplay style. You know, rarely do they double commit like they do right there, but they're always spread out, ready for almost anything that Notre Dame can throw at them, and then just sends it right back into the red half.
1 minute remaining now. Marshall sending his one onto the back wall, and again, lots of pressure against Dicey can't put that target. Again, Quirky Carpet, that defensive midfield, keeps the counterattack from coming through in full force. We'll drop it off to the side here. Bit of a double commit right there. Pogo Logo is going to be in the air. Can't make contact with that one, though. That's a dangerous miss as Marshall sends it onto the back wall. We'll be able to follow it up. Not quite. Icy's going to keep it in zone. Bit of a double commit once again from DHS. They didn't seem to be being punished very hard. Final 30 seconds. They remain in the lead by 1. Looking to take the complete sweep right here. Notre Dame have to do something if they want to stay alive here in this series and in this final bracket. Reed Techers drops it untitled. This one off the corner wall. Bit of an awkward touch there from Marshall. Still an opportunity. Pogo Logo is going to lead the charge with Techers in the corner. A final 10 towards the top of the box. Can they get this one through? Not quite. Unfavorable bounce for Notre Dame. Can they get this one towards the net? Techers off to the back wall. Finds Purchase. Is there anybody going to be able to keep this one in the air? Not quite. And the Aftermath take it a clean 3-0.
Yeah, and it was almost the same story of all 3 games. Just Notre Dame unable to relieve pressure on defense, and Diamond High School just peppering shots on the net almost the entire game.
Yeah, you really hit it on the head on that one. I mean, we could take a look at the shot count, and in Game 1, it was incredibly close. Game 2 was a bit more spread out, I suppose. Game 3 here, though, Notre Dame got completely shut down. Only 1 shot on net. They had what seemed to be a couple of good offensive opportunities, but they could never seem to get the ball angled towards the net. And DHS, once again, with Marshall to lead the charge on that one, being the mechanical genius on that team, managed to pull out 3 shots of his own and the game-winning goal, game and series-winning goal, and they're going to move on.
Yeah, you could definitely tell Marshall was, per se, the captain of this series, just taking charge by himself and having his teammates play very well supporting roles in that series.
All right, the team play was pretty good, so those supporting roles worked out rather well. Again, a shout out to Quirky Carpet for playing that defensive midfield, keeping the effective counterattacks from coming through. But that is that. DHS take it once again over Notre Dame. So congratulations, they will be moving on into the finals. As of right now, I've not been made aware which team has won or is winning the other match. So I'm just going to leave that as an undetermined. But that's going to be it for this series. And once again, thank you, Saito, for joining me for this match. I believe that's going to be all that we're seeing from you for tonight. But it was wonderful casting with you, and it was wonderful for me. And we'll be right back after a bit of a short break. We're going to be moving over. I'm not certain if we're going to be moving over to the other channel or not. And I'm getting a notice in my head. We're getting on the same channel. So make sure you come back. We're going to have the finals ready after a bit of a short break. I'm Squid. This was Saito, and we'll be right back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the EGFH Season 2 National Grand Finals for Rocket League. The teams who have been playing in the Nationals tonight from the Connecticut region are the Woodstock Academy Centaurs and the Notre Dame Green Knights. From the Alaska region, we had AJ Diamond, Aftermath, and the Colony Knights. We had best of fives in the semifinals between those teams, and now we have a best of 7 between the two state champions, AJ Diamond Aftermath from Alaska, Woodstock Academy Centaurs from Connecticut. And I want to thank Mob Crush for helping us multi-stream this season. My name is Meet and Greek, and for this series, I'm joined by my longtime casting partner in crime, Squid.
Hey, we're not criminals. What are you talking about? We ain't criminals out here. Well, as criminals, how good these matches have been, honestly, so far. EGFH, they have done a fantastic job of presenting us with some good matches. We're looking forward to a good one right here.
Indeed, and I believe the tension has risen long enough, and I think it's time to introduce our teams. On the orange side of the field, we have Airspeed, Baba Baggins, and Crazy MS representing the Woodstock Academy Centaurs from Connecticut.
And opposing them tonight are Marshall, Ice, and Quirky Carpet, fighting for the AJ Diamond High School Aftermath from Alaska. Let's get right into this game 1 of best of 7. Oh boy. And Crazy MS using the Scarab. We have disrespect in game number 1. I don't know. Is this the strat? I don't know. Airspeed gonna be challenging Marshall on this side right there. Marshall, mechanical mastermind, leading his team on the offense most of the time. Gonna be taking out Airspeed right there. Oh, I see a bit awkward right there. Our Marshall will be able to get it away at the top of the box. Bubba Baggins to recenter. Moving upfield. Airspeed, nice touch off to the side here, but will drop the ball off to Marshall. Now Icy up for the shot. Can't get that one on target. A bit dangerous right there. Marshall here once again. Shot opportunity right here for the double tap. He finds it, puts it in the net, and he finally got over his fear of the crossbar.
And Marshall coming through on this play. You're talking about Marshall's fear of the crossbar, Squid. Tell me a little bit about the semifinal match beforehand, because on our side of the field for the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, it was all about Airspeed in front of that net.
Yeah, and I mean, anybody who joined me on the semifinals know that Marshall was a force to be reckoned with. He was doing all the offensive work by himself, and that was what I was referencing. He seemed a little bit afraid of the crossbar. Unfortunately, it got him a lot of the time. But right there, did not stop him out. 4 minutes now on the clock, and they have the lead by 1. We're taking out the play right there. Now Baba Baggins all the way down the other side of the field. Marshall has the spawn in time and gets taken out once again for his valiant effort and getting that one away. As they move up the side of the field here, once again, Aftermath. I mean, really evenly matched. This is a repeat of what I saw in the semifinals. Aftermath, they seem to be doing all right, pushing on the offense in the first part of game number 1. But I mean, it's the same can be said about their opponents.
Yeah, I think the Centaurs are starting to get settled in here in this game. Watch out for Icy. That's going to go way downtown. Can he get another tap on that? Bubba Baggins hitting that one away. Crazy MS doing a fantastic job with the clear. Now Airspeed working in conjunction with the team, and they find the net. Everyone involved on that play as they tie it up.
I mean, sometimes you just got to take the shot on the net and hope that it goes through play. And, well, I guess a little bit of a defensive mishap. Quirky Carpet actually got a little piece of Marshall's car on that one, so unfortunate. But the fact of the matter is that the Centaurs do have one on the board now, with 3 minutes and 15 to go. The game has been tied up once again. We are Airspeed to lead his team down the other side of the field, right off the face-off. Marshall's going to keep this one in the corner. I see good pass off right there. Will they maintain possession? They will. Marshall very quick to the ball. Once again, just trying to be that solo man. Just bring the ball upfield for his entire team. Let them reset, do whatever they want. But he's going to try and make the play all by himself. Did not work out this time around. But we've seen plenty of success with that in the semifinal match in the past. And I believe in the Alaskan finals, I did notice he was a force to be reckoned with there as well. And he seems to be trying to play that spot right here.
Indeed, as Icy's going to collect this ball, trying to bring it downtown. Here comes Crazy MS. He's going to try to control this one. Airspeed's challenging as well. Midfield, this ball still not finding the offensive half for each side, as this could potentially turn into a good play here as Baba Baggins is going to find the boost. Can he get it past? No, he's not going to go up and challenge it. Instead, he's going to play patiently.
Centaurs now return this one to midfield. Good touch into the corner by Crazy MS, but it will drop off to Ice. Look for the center. No such luck on that one. Crazy MS does shut him down. Marshall senders for Quirky Carpet. Good speed on the defense there. Gets cleared away. Baba Baggins now connecting with airspeed. Is a shot on target. Icy can barely get up for it in time. It's still on the top of the box. Crazy MS can't make the shot though. With a minute and 50, like you said, what a save. I suppose that's the only way us Rocket League players can really say that to a certain extent.
Yeah, Icy staying frosty in the net, making sure that ball doesn't go in. And it's Marshall now barely gets it past Crazy MS. Can he get it past Airspeed? No, Airspeed living true to his name, getting to that ball in time, applying some good pressure here as Marshall back to Icy. Can't find the angle needed to put a shot on the net. Quirky Carpet, there's a bump on the play, but Marshall gonna play hero here and send that ball way downtown as Airspeed and Crazy MS unable to tap that ball away.
Very unfortunate in front of the net right there. Mark, take a look. Once again, it's a classic case of it doesn't really matter what the circumstances were surrounding the goal. It just happens, and there it goes. Bit of a double coming right there. Awkward spot for the Centaurs. But in Aftermath do have the one goal right there, and I loved the idea with Marshall trying to find Icy on the 1-2-1 pass. Did not work out for them. Those passing plays can be deadly if you let them go. And for the Aftermath, they usually have a lot of space in the midfield considering how fast they play. Well, the minute left, it'll be up to our orange team right here to tie things up. Marshall going to touch someone off the ceiling.
Oh, and that could be in!
Baba Baggins does not care about your quality clear. He's just going to send that one straight through regardless.
And that's something I saw a lot from Baba Baggins in the last semi-final match. Always up in the grill of someone, even his own teammate. In order to throw a shot on the net. Such an aggressive player. This is a close game, and hey, both these teams are undefeated all season long, including playoffs, of course. But one of them is going to lose tonight. But how fitting is it that our first match could go into overtime?
Incredibly. Well, I'm afraid there's still 40 seconds on the clock, George. We might not want to call that one too early. Hence, we invoke the caster's curse, per usual. It will fall onto the...
Indeed.
Per usual. We'll fall onto the blue back wall there for just a second. Icy's going to be carrying the field. He's going off for touch off his own corner. Crazy MS. Bit of a misplay right there. Quirky Carpet's waiting for this one down in center. Baba Bang, no touch. That's an open net, and it's a off to the races. Crazy MS will win that one. Shout out to my boy Chimblade for that one. I have to give him like trademark credit on that one every single time, but it will be Aftermath pushing right here. Marshall's in the air, speculating towards the net. It's at the top of the box. They get it out to the side. Could be a potential counterattack right here. It will be a Baba Baggins. No boost in the tank, though. Drops off. Overtime.
Plays it safe. They want the overtime matchup. Let's see if the Centaurs can bring up the pressure, or if Diamond Aftermath can get something going here. As Marshall playing with the ball in the corner. Can they give it to Icy? Great pinch opportunity. That's a smart idea. I'm loving it. These players are getting creative as Icy's gonna throw it towards the net. It somehow doesn't bounce in.
No panic there from Crazy MS either. He knew exactly what that one. Very played on the defense way to keep calm. But it will still drop to the midfield line. Icy's going to inherit this one. Can't get it past Crazy MS. Quirky Carpet gets beat out there. Crazy MS taken out for his efforts. That'll be Icy responsible. And Marshall pushing down the other way. Nice easy touch away by Crazy MS. Spawn in the back. We're returning to a bit of midfield play right here. We're going to have to see who comes out on top. But honestly, it looks like the Centaurs have the advantage. Getting this one away from the Aftermath at every turn. But here's Icy's shot. No shot on target. Unfortunately, looked like he had a long ball. Great. Oh, Marshall. Putting that one underneath the crossbar. Putting it... Oh, dang, I told you he was a mechanical genius for this team. There he is.
And with the hat trick, Marshall seals the deal for DHS Aftermath in game 1 of this best of 7. But Squid, oh man, we still have so much Rocket League left in this series.
Oh boy. Marshall, all 3 goals for his team. What more can you say about it? I mean, I noted that when we came into this match, he was going to be the player to look out for. But when I said that, I honestly didn't feel like he was going to be leaving his teammates in the dust. That's ridiculous. But there it is. That's just the way it works. In the Aftermath, I'd give him number 1.
Indeed, and like honestly, it's not just Marshall, it's Icy and Quirky Carpet putting so much pressure on that Centaur defense, and it's something the Centaurs are gonna have to work with, because even though they were able to tie it up and bring it to overtime, didn't see a whole lot of action on that blue half of the field. Let's see if they can turn it around in game 2 of this best of sevens. We put a fresh 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get right into this one, Squid.
Let's get into this one indeed. Oh boy, I guess the Centaurs aren't having a good time getting into this one. Icy just steals that one away right in front of the box. It looked like they had possession here for a second, but then they just didn't.
A little bit of a defensive error. Communication might not have been great there, as well as the players all got confused on that play. Diamond Aftermath take the early lead. Let's see if that's going to be a big factor in this game, as they're hungry for more. But watch out for Crazy. That's going to go off the backboard. Here comes Airspeed. He puts the shot just over, but that's a great idea.
And a good force by the defenders as well. I don't really think we're giving them credit in that situation. Airspeed forced to go high as a result of the incoming pressure against. The DHS Aftermath will find themselves on the receiving end right here for just a second. But Quirky Carpet is very quick to that ball. Okay, Marshall get the read, not quite. Looking for that touch after the ball hit the backboard. But oh my goodness!
What a dunk!
All right, Airspeed, you want to do me a favor and calm down? What is this read?
Oh my goodness, and that's just Airspeed playing super aggressive here, knowing get the dunk on Icy, ties this game up, and that's big for the Centaurs here after letting up that early goal.
Momentum has returned to neutral, I suppose, but let's see. Aftermath on the offensive right off the kickoff. Marshall again looking for a crazy angle. And honestly, I honestly wonder if Marshall ever seems... Does he ever want to go for regular shots, or does he only go for crazy angles? Because honestly, you could really convince me either way at this point. The Aftermath looking pretty solid here. Again, on the offense, Marshall, a huge 50-50 win right there. It's going to find its way into the net. And the defender was not expecting that one. But again, aggressive play from Marshall results in a goal for.
Yeah, hard bounce to read off that wall. Crazy MS thought it was going to bounce more towards the center of the field. Was not lining up for that to go into the net. Unfortunate circumstances there, as DHS 2-1 lead now. Trying to take game 2 by force as they're starting to put the pressure up. Early Marshall kick at the tap off the wall.
Now counter from Crazy MS is going to be down the center line and through. I didn't have the rotations quite set up on that one, and I give DHS Aftermath a lot of credit for their defense, making sure that they had something in control in the back half. But in this scenario, no, not quite.
And Crazy MS, great job recognizing the opportunity there. We tied this game up, and again, this is going to be a very long series if this trend continues.
Won't be a very long series if Aftermath do come out on top every single time. The Centaurs have responded to seemingly every goal so far. And we did see an overtime in game number 1. This one will be arced towards the net, and oh my goodness, that one actually finds its way through. I believe Crazy MS had a little bit more confidence in his ability to touch that one off to the side.
Now let's take another look at this angle here. That thing's just floating right in. Super hard angle to read through the defense. You're thinking that's going wide. No one was in back post rotating in to make the clear. Everyone is around the net / just not in the general area. As right now, this could be another dangerous play. Marshall to Icy. He finds the goal, leads 4-2.
And for Marshall here, this is a win-win. All you really have to do is make contact with the ball after it hits the crossbar. You baited out 2 defenders. You know that you have all the options in the world. Hit it with your nose and score by yourself, or just hit it with your ceiling, drop it for Icy instead. Very good play. For the Centaurs, right now, what I'm noticing, a lot of defensive errors. But the thing you have to take away from that is not that they're going to lose because they're making defensive errors. It's that it's very easy to remedy these small defensive errors that they're making. So I really want to see them adapt and come back from this. But for the Aftermath, a solid 2-goal lead. I think this is the largest we've actually had all series long for either team. We're almost looking for 3 right there. Marshall in front of the box, but gets cleared away just in time. And now as we approach the half, the Centaurs remain on the defensive end. Marshall might have a double tap opportunity. It's just a little bit too high, but Icy.
Here comes Airspeed. Can Airspeed beat out Quirky Carpet? No, instead he's going to elect to take the defense's boost. Maybe this could lead to something. It's good. You're right about the 2-goal lead. It's tough, but you still have half the game left. Still plenty of opportunity for the Centaurs to come back in this one, as Airspeed's going to throw that one, a speculative shot towards the backboard. Maybe he could get another tap on it as it gets saved. Oh my goodness.
And Marshall coming off the ceiling of his own net as well to make the wave dash and get that one away before anybody can come in and threaten it. And honestly, I mean, this is what I expected from the Aftermath. After seeing their performance in the Alaskan finals, I'm not surprised at all. They took it in a clean sweep there was not much that their opponents could do, and honestly, that seems to be what they're trying to employ, that kind of game plan right here. They're getting punished on a couple of things by the Centaurs, but for the most part, they really have control of this game so far. Not necessarily game number one, but again, huge overcommit right there.
Man.
Great force by Marshall, keeping airspeed out of the play.
You know, I thought airspeed was going to be the one who gets the bump on Marshall. Instead, Marshall bullies back and charades him to the corner, taking him completely out of the play.
Aftermath, they've been pretty controlling in terms of their game style, keeping it on the opposing half, but I suppose that's the most literal sense of keeping control. Now, a double commit on the other end of the field could result in an offensive opportunity. No, Marshall's very quick. Good dunk by Crazy MS. Airspeed has to get to it first. It's off the crossbar. Down to the center of the box. But Baba Baggins has to respect the demo. Can't commit for that one safely. And there it is. The offense, it looks so strong there for just that split second, and now it's just over. Returned in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, but let's see if Airspeed can get something else. Going for the stealing reset shot. Can't get the second tap on there. But now time's starting to run out here in game 2 for the Centaurs. They need to get some offense going here. They want to tie this up. They want to win it, preferably in regulation, but at least get it to overtime. As DHS still bringing on the heat.
Absolutely are. 7 shots for, 5 against. And here's another one. Good pass and a good center. Good center ball there for Airspeed. Sends it just straight in. 32 seconds. They can score another one for sure.
Oh, absolutely. There's still plenty of time here. Remember, folks, 30 seconds in Rocket League is like 10 minutes in real time.
That's basically an eternity. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, it really is. And plus, you can keep that ball up at the 0-second mark as long as you can and attempt to tie this one up as long as the ball doesn't touch the ground when 0 seconds happens on the clock. As Baba Baggins, here comes Crazy! Can't get it past both Marshall and Quirky. Quirky the one deflecting it away. But I'm loving this offense we're seeing now. Good rally coming in. 14 seconds left.
Tenacity is truly key right here. Crazy MS going to challenge this one. Icy does force it off to the corner. Airspeed towards the top of the box. Good clear by Marshall. That might just shut down the offense. He might actually have a goal the other way. Crossbar down. It's still at the top of the box. Airspeed has to pick this one up. Can he clutch it by himself?
Oh my gosh.
Over top of one man. Icy.
No way.
I thought that was the last player for a second. I thought Quirky Carpet got beat as the last man back, and that was... Man, things were about to go nuts.
Oh my goodness. He was going for that bump too on Icy.
He had to.
That's the scary part. That could have easily been tied up. That was so close. But Diamond Aftermath, 2-game lead now in this series. But man, the Centaurs are really giving them a lot to run for. Like, just take a look at the shot differential on both sides. Centaurs had, I believe, 11 shots on net. I didn't quite catch the DHS Aftermath shot count.
I want to say it was around 8 or 9.
Yeah, it was close. It was close.
It was close, but the thing I want to highlight, the Centaurs, bring more of that offense that you had at the end of regulation there. That was really good.
Yeah, I want to see more of that, especially in game 3. If they get all of that going here, they can easily take this game.
Oh, good start there by Crazy. Airspeed can't finish that one off. They visited both ends of the goal. In a matter of seconds right there, Marshall. I switched out to the Dominus. Something I've noticed that he does a lot is switching between the Dominus and the Octane. I'm not exactly certain if that gives him any particular benefits. But, you know, it's there. The first half a minute now gone. One shot in favor of Woodstock Academy. Find themselves on their own defensive end right here. Crazy MS for the long clear, pushing up as well as Airspeed with a little bit of a double commit. Marshall's down to the net. A double commit on the defense as well. Will not be punished. Solid clear. Who's left here from Marshall? Well, that's a misplay if I've ever seen one. Crazy MS was trying to go for the interruption, respecting that Marshall might have had more boost in the tank. Ends up almost accidentally setting it right up for him.
Yeah, that was very close indeed. As Marshall can't get it past Crazy MS. Here comes Icy. Gives it down to Quirky, who's not quite there. He's going to have to play a little bit of time here. As Airspeed's going to have a great opportunity. Marshall, fantastic save. Keep this a tied game.
Good positioning and good defense. There, Airspeed picking a nice and high spot on the net, but Marshall, again, playing that back post spot. He has total coverage. Very nicely done on the defensive line. About a minute and a half gone now. Woodstock Academy still have a relatively large amount of shots in comparison to Diamond High School. But it's still anyone's game at this point. 0-0 remains the scoreline. Quirky Carpet into the corner. Crazy MS coming off the side wall. It will be Marshall dropping this one into the top of the box. No passing target there. It will be a nice, easy, long clear for Crazy MS. He might get a little bit more. No touch made there, though. Unfortunately, plenty of opportunity on that push, and they're going to maintain it right here as the Aftermath just can't seem to get it away from the Centaurs when they're pushing upfield. And I think that's one thing that they're really going to try and take advantage of in the future. But here's Airspeed looking for a double tap. Crazy MS was also up for that ball. No contact made for either of those players, though. But they will manage to keep it on the midfield line.
Yeah, indeed. And like, honestly, I'm just taking a look at the Centaurs. They completely changed this game over from game 1 and 2. They're playing a lot earlier on in this game. They're making it more competitive. They're putting so much pressure as that ball, again, forcing every time almost the defensive third to go and make a save. And one of these times, it's going to definitely go in.
As we pass the half, my favor actually remains with the Centaurs. But that's dangerous in front of the net. Quirky Carpet's going to be able to send that one on through. A bit of an awkward situation in front of the net there for Crazy MS. I'm thinking he was looking for a bit of a higher pop or maybe something off to the side.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate there because you see the players rotating in onto that right side of the net instead of rotating from the left side. Would have been back post, would have given more opportunities to maybe hit that one towards the side of the field and putting that ball away from the centers. Crazy MS! No, Marshall denies it. Barely getting there in time and allowing DHS to keep their lead.
Maintaining that advantage is all they really need to do at this point to move on to match point. An opportunity there for Baba Baggins. Actually pushes out to the side, but does bait out 2 defenders. Marshall now with possession in his own corner. He'll be able to push this one downfield. Crazy MS takes over. 2-minute mark has passed now. He's getting this one over top of the last man. Has the angle on net as well. There you go. That's the equalizer they need.
Loving the finesse coming from Crazy MS. Gets it by Quirky Carpet and right over Icy.
Good angle as well coming from the corner.
Fantastic angle, Squid. You're absolutely right.
The finesse from MS. There you go.
It's true.
If you need to remember, there it is. But tie game. And they're starting on the offense once again. Here's Crazy MS trying to look for something right here. Good long clear from Marshall. Onto the back wall. I see he's going to be able to inherit it from there. Looking for the side wall. Bit of an awkward touch from Airspeed, but will fall to his teammates.
Oh, no!
Oh, boy. That's a defensive mishap again, if I've ever seen one. But again, these kinds of mistakes are easy to correct.
Yeah, you know, Squid, you're right, and they do happen in all levels of play. Just to clarify that one here, it's only a 2-1 lead right now. Plenty of opportunities left for the Centaurs. Hey, they have 6 shots on net.
If there's one thing I've learned about,
DHS is 3.
Yeah, if there's one thing I've learned about the Centaurs is that they're good at coming back from 1-goal deficits. So I have complete faith that they'll be able to put something effective on that right here. And here's Airspeed to lead the charge. He will be able to take it away. Crazy MS taken out as well. There into center by Marshall. Baba Baggins not going to be able to make contact there. Good push there from Quirky Carpet, realizing the error. D50. Goes relatively neutral. Airspeed to pick up. Marshall now off the back wall. A bit awkward. Touches in front of the net. Nobody's close enough to make a play on it. But the Centaurs are going to be able to move upfield now. Crazy MS. Oh my goodness, that pinch off the crossbar.
That didn't go in?
Wow. There for a hot minute. I believe that was probably a little bit stressful for the boys on the blue side.
Squid on another server. That thing would have been in the net. Is Quirky trying to play some great offense here. Here comes Icy. That ball's going to be very dangerous. Crazy MS doing a fantastic job clearing that one away. But watch out on the other side of the field because here come the Centaurs. Is Crazy can't get that one centered.
Final 30 seconds of play, and the Centaurs are forced to play this one in their own backfield. Bit awkward. Good takeaway from Marshall. It's on net actually as well. Marshall, the huge play, and there it goes. 18 remains and a goal for.
And Marshall loves these shots off that wall. He got one last game on the other side of the field, just like that one.
3-1 now. It looks like Airspeed actually has disconnected, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, there, but we're going to let play continue on. There's not much time left in this match.
Yeah, it's one thing to note. I mean, if you're going to disconnect, you're going to have an accidental disconnect, I suppose, at the end of the game when you're most likely out of it at that point. I mean, 2 goals, come back, but 2 goals in 18 seconds. Mostly undoable. Now they have that extra one. But I suppose if you're going to have to disconnect, it's better here than when you're trying to take the final shot to give you that game 4 win. So I suppose, we'll just get him right back in. And we'll have him ready to go for the next match. But for Aftermath, they look so strong right now. But, I mean, Centaurs, you gotta realize that the Aftermath are starting to respect you more and more as this series goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. Diamond Aftermath doing a fantastic job. But we still have another game coming. We're just waiting now to get our lobby filled up. But the Centaurs doing fantastic.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the big takeaway, like I said, like we've been mentioning, the Centaurs are not playing poorly. It's just like one or two tiny mistakes that they need to clean up on, and then that's it. They can take games. There's no issue whatsoever. They've kept it to a one-goal game for most of these matches. I mean, I want to say that basically all their losses have been within one or two, except save this one due to that last goal being scored at right before the end of regulation. But there is such a good competition here, and I don't feel like they should feel like they're out of it yet. They have to win 4 games in a row, true, but that's still just the same number of games that they would have had to win in the first place. We are ready to go here. Game number 4. Centaurs need this one to stay alive in this series and in the grand finals in Diamond High School. If they can get a clean sweep here, they're going to establish themselves fairly firmly as the top dogs in the EGFH. There we go. That's the one we're looking for.
That's the one. Yeah, indeed.
I keep wanting to say EGFH. What's wrong?
What's wrong? Hey, let's see what Icy can do here. Marshall might have the open net. Can't get the angle as Airspeed hits that one away. Crazy MS. Here comes Airspeed. But he's going to let that one go.
Have to have a lot of respect for the Aftermath, after all. They will be able to push up onto the blue half here. Icy coming off the back wall. Forced out by Airspeed. Crazy MS up into the corner. Will be countered by Quirky Carpet to pass over to Marshall. Good takeaway here by Baba Baggins. Does not want to leave it in that player's hands for very long. Crazy MS going to be able to speculate downfield. Will not be able to reach it in time. Marshall now playing it off his own side wall. And we've got a ping pong match like you would never believe, ladies and gentlemen, as we seem to be resetting back to all the way to game number 1.
Yeah, Centaur's playing it very safe this time around. They know if they take a loss here, it's going to be the end of the series. Crazy MS can't get the touch needed. Marshall now can hit this one downtown. Is he going to collect again? No, Baba Baggins to Airspeed.
Well, that one went through, and I mean, this is why you take these speculative shots. Sometimes they go through and you don't expect it. Quirky Carpet had to respect the high shot, and honestly, I don't blame him for that one. But Airspeed sent it down low and found the angle through. Very nicely played. The Centaurs have the lead for what I believe might be the first time in this series.
Yeah, no, they had the lead. They had the lead once in game 2.
Okay.
They started out with a goal.
Yes. Remember now. Oh, wait a second. Crazy MS finds purchase on the back wall. Is there an opportunity right here? It's going to be Airspeed. Gets touched off to the side. But I suppose, yeah, they did have that one goal right there. They're going to try and hold on to this one. Once again, their tournament lives on the line here. 3 minutes and 10 on the clock for them to maintain this lead or enhance it, essentially.
Yeah, let's see what they can do here. Or if Diamond Aftermath can make a comeback as Marshall playing it slow. Sometimes it's a smart move. Here comes Icy, the shot towards the net. Marshall with the own save trying to steal the goal or something.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
That is unfortunate to the highest degree, but it will drop back in front of that. Baba Baggins to be able to play. But I think he just thought there was going to be a third man or something. He didn't realize. I was watching his perspective at the time. It looked like he bumped the last person back. Maybe he didn't realize it. Maybe he was busy watching the ball. But either way, very unfortunate they don't have that tying goal now. They're looking for one right here.
Uh-oh.
Nobody's point in the zone. A bit of a team up there. We're just gonna ignore that one. Centaurs did not get punished for it, so no problem there as we pass the half. They maintain their 1-goal lead, but Aftermath are pushing on the offense. Now Speed. Now zone court. Bit of a team bump once again.
That could be an important team bump.
Shot on net. This is a wacky game, I think, to say the very least. The momentum seems to have been all but eliminated at this point. With all of the team bumps, the strange plays coming out of this game, honestly, like it really feels like I said it was a reset back to game 1 before, but now it honestly feels just like a very different dynamic. I don't know what's changed.
No, I agree with that. As right now, under 2 minutes left, as that ball almost finds purchase. DHS Aftermath struggling to get the offense they need. They have more shots on net than the Centaurs, but they still need to get a goal and to tie this one up at the very least. His Carpet trying something fancy off the sidewall, unable to. Marshall throws it back down to Icy. This could be a good way to reset. But Icy takes way too long and allows Baba Baggins to get in front of that, and that's a little bit of hesitation that they don't want.
Absolutely not. If you're the Aftermath, your big strength has been your consistency and being quick to the ball. If you're having those kinds of, oh no, this could be awkward.
Oh no!
Icy coming for the finish? Not quite. Oh boy.
That was so close for DHS Aftermath, but the Centaurs hold on. With 45 seconds left, trying to take this game, trying to start the reverse sweep, the Magic, as Airspeed's gonna throw one. Are you kidding me? That didn't go in, but Baba Baggins with the insurance.
If you're Marshall, this is part of your highlight reel. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to cut off the clip a little bit early, so that way they don't see that it went in regardless, which is rather unfortunate for Aftermath. But for the Aftermath, I actually have to wonder, with their last series being a sweep, this one almost being a sweep, but it looks like it's gonna not quite be that way. And with being undefeated, I have to wonder, have they ever been shut out in a series, or any game, any individual game in a series, yet this season? And honestly, like, when you think about that, logically, the answer would probably be no, but right now, it looks like the Centaurs might do exactly that. They're only 15 seconds on the clock. Crazy MS is gonna arc this one through, and it's off the post and out. Good save there from Quirky Carpet. The final 10 and now on the clock. They're still in their defensive half.
Oh, man.
That one's going to trickle on through. And right now for the Centaurs, I mean, you got to have some momentum, albeit a little bit. Only a little bit coming from this goal right here. You got to have some momentum.
Really, though, but big change for the Centaurs. I'm loving it. They're turning this around. They're giving DHS a run for their money. And we have a series again.
And like I said, I don't have the stats in front of me, but considering that they're completely undefeated this season, and they swept their last series, I'm not certain if, before now, the Aftermath had ever been shut out in a game this entire season. And here it is. They got shut out in this game by the Centaurs. In game number 4, where it matters most.
Honestly. And hey, you know what? The Centaurs, they're able to reset. They played amazing Rocket League. And now they just need 3 more wins to take the grand finals. Only 3.
Again,
that's all they need.
Like I said, the number of games that you have to win never change. It's just a matter of having like the order in which to win them, right? So I mean, it's a little bit difficult on the mental side, but when you think about it that way, I mean, it's exactly the same exact.
You need those 4 wins regardless. So that being said, let's get ready to get right into game number 5 of this best of 7.
The Centaurs. Oh boy, everything's on the line. Jinx, are you serious? You can't do that to me. Come on.
I brought that out. I mean, I almost did it last week, but I held myself.
you just been trying to keep yourself from doing that for all these years.
Well, we said at the same time.
Anyways, 4:40 on the clock as we get right back into the action right here. We'll get back to this conversation later, but for now we got the game on our hands. The Centaurs have to keep this momentum moving forward. The Aftermath is going to be up to them to bring it back. Follow Baggins to speculate towards the net. And I see we'll touch it off. Moving down to the other side of the field, we're going to be seeing a bit of the orange corner right here with Airspeed to open things up. Oh, if you got to keep this one on the midfield line and looking for a second touch. No, it's going to be Marshall. Baba Baggins has to play this one away. He's able to do exactly that. Looked like it was just going to be narrowly off the post, but still a little bit of a threat on the Centaurs' net. Looking for a person on the backfield here. Marshall has to come across and make the save. Even when there was a bit of miscommunication on who was covering the backboard for Quirky Carpet and Icy, he realized the danger was there and was able to get across.
Yeah, that was fantastic because that ball's going to bounce down. Luckily for Aftermath, no one is rushing in from the Centaurs. As Icy gets it past 1, can't get it past 2. That's Quirky Carpet. That's going to roll around. Here comes the offense, Airspeed. Fantastic job, able to get the clear and has a one-on-one opportunity, but can't get it past Icy.
Low boost with Marshall, though. Could be an opportunity. Airspeed's in center and puts it through. Man. Good pass from Baba Baggins, and making use of the fact that Marshall was low on boost for just a split second. and forced a little bit of an awkward rotation. 3 minutes and 31 remains. They have the lead.
The Centaurs bringing it back. This is going to be a fantastic one. I can already feel it. However, you're right, Squid. 3:31 left on the clock. Still plenty of time for DHS. Now, DHS, they haven't scored a goal in 7 minutes of Rocket League. And that's a lot of time.
Well, they might score in here, though. It's a triple commit. Marshall puts it through, though. I guess if you're going to put all three people up, you better have some confidence that you're going to be able to score. But looking at this one, when you leave the backboard that wide open, you can be certain that there's going to be a shot against with Marshall in the offensive end. Very nicely played. DHS have tied it up.
Triple the commits, triple the chances.
Yeah, that's how that works, right? Of course.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Is quirky carpet. That's actually going to be off the backboard again, but does not bounce centered. But Marshall's going to float one towards the net. Baba Baggins can't hit that one away.
Well, again, like I mentioned, if you're going to make those speculative shots, I mean, the reason you do those is because sometimes they happen to go through. And right here, that's just a prime example. Baba Baggins couldn't quite, I guess he didn't have the boost in the tank, couldn't get under it, and realizing the threat behind him, knew he had to try something at all, but couldn't quite get it outside of the post. With just over 3 minutes remaining now, I think that's going to be the timer. Counting straight down towards elimination right now for the Centaurs. They love the offense right here, though. I see. Long clear. Speed turning on this one to try and play it downfield. Marshall very easily plays that one in towards the top of the box, taking out
big demo.
Quirky Carpet can't make it in time, but a great idea from Marshall. In the aftermath are right back where they started with their offense.
They are indeed. As Marshall can't get that one to land, and here comes Icy. But this could be a great offensive opportunity for Airspeed. He can't get it past Quirky Carpet, though. He's just going to try to cook-sear pinch it off the wall. Was unable to get quite the touch he wanted. This could be an open net opportunity. Baba Baggins just has to hit this one in and shepherd that into the net. We have a tied game.
Shepherding it in is really right, honestly, because that thing moving rather slowly, 32 miles an hour. I mean, you look at this and it's like, all right, come on. Keep it going. And you notice that he jumped off to the side of the ball because he didn't know if there was a defender there. He didn't really exactly know what was going on, so he was just trying to block it in any way that he could, try and screw up any sort of defender coming through. Oh, now we might have a bump opportunity here. No, Marshall's going to come across and make the save right there.
Excellent touch.
Very nice double temp, actually, as they move it downfield. Potential here. Oh, the Centaurs will clear it away. It's Airspeed. Finds Crazy MS. Back over to Airspeed. Can they make a play off this one? It's towards the net, but a triple play right there. As they will send it off to the side. Back into the corner. Quirky Carpet going to keep this one at bay. And we approach the minute 45 mark right here. Crazy MS speculating downfield. That one might be playable for him. Can he get the read? Not quite. Didn't have the boost to get around it either. Now we'll be crossing the field. Centaurs keeping this one at the midfield line, at least with relative consistency, as we did see in their previous match where they were able to take it. Airspeed. That was on corner. Marshall.
Oh, what a shot!
Baggins getting bodied on the side. Good bump plays right there. Keeps the defender out of the play.
The wall belongs to Marshall. That's all I have to say. That angle every single time. We've seen it all night so far, Squid. If you put the ball there, he's going to be right there to put a shot on net.
Minute and 20 now on the clock. Plenty of time to come back from this one if you're the Centaurs, and there it is. Ooh. Airspeed finds the right side of the net. Quick on the offense right there, and, you know, you're going to get punished if you can't come out for that one.
And both teams going all out, trading back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The Centaurs trying to keep this one alive. We want to go to game 6, force game 7, take it all. Aftermath here. Trying to close out the series. We have 1 minute left until potential overtime.
Very true. Centaurs, that was a huge momentum goal as well, managing to equalize directly after being scored on to lose the lead. Or sorry, lose on the tie. Last minute of gameplay right here. Baba Baggins going to try and force this one downfield. Marshall thinks otherwise. To the corner once again. No boost in the tank here. Airspeed's going to be pushing upfield, looking for this touch off the back wall. Can he make the goal happen by himself? Looking for it, can't find it though. Now potential the other way. Marshall's going to be the one leading this downfield. Has the wall to work with. Airspeed looking for the demo. It's out towards center. And Baba Baggins and Crazy MS unite. Send that one away. The final 30 seconds are now on the clock. 3 men on the
That's
wall.
an
It's very
open
dangerous.
net.
Good block out by Baba Baggins, keeping the dream alive right now. And now looking down the other way. Can we end this one in regulation and in favor of the Centaurs? It might just happen. Marshall looking for the double tap. Can't find it. Baba Baggins with a bit of a whiff right there. Airspeed, last man back. Icy up to Marshall, but no boost to make the redirect.
Oh,
It's off on
man.
the side. Awkward touching from Crazy MS. Still plenty of opportunity.
Here comes Carpet.
Can't finish it, and we're in
Oh,
overtime.
man.
Great reset for the Centaurs. They desperately needed it.
Yeah, they do, as this ball is going to go wide. Here comes Marshall. Can't find the touch, but Icy has full boost now, and the bumps coming into the net. But luckily for the Centaurs, able to keep their dreams alive and get this ball cleared away.
That was very, very close. Multiple times down there in front of the net. Almost an own goal from Baba Baggins, but he was able to get it away. Now on the offensive side, Ice is going to drop this one in the corner. Good force towards the center. Quirky Carpet will be able to clear that one off. Keeping on the offensive end, the first 30 seconds of OT have passed. The initial rush, hopefully gone for the Centaurs right about now. Quirky Carpet. Play that one in the corner. Crazy MS will try and drop this one. No, good demo there from Icy, taking airspeed out of the play entirely. Now Marshall, oh boy, good opportunity right there. No flick came out though, and a good clear from Baba Baggins. Airspeed towards the net. They do get it away. It's off the post though. Very dangerous still. Marshall is in the midfield to play it away though. Awkward positioning, but I suppose it worked out for them in the end. And a minute is gone now. Speculative shot on the other side of the field does not go in. The Centaurs aren't going to let it in that easily.
1 minute, and this one could go for a while. As Marshall trying to work off that wall. Airspeed now to collect that ball. Can he get it past Quirky Carpet? He's got full boost. Demo's coming out though, so he does not have the pressure, as Marshall's able to just collect this one in front of his net, bring this all the way downtown, and that thing's gonna roll way up the wall onto the ceiling for Airspeed.
And definitely shout out those demos earlier on. I mean, we had a good drop down into center by Airspeed, but nobody was there to clean it up due to those couple of demos. I've noticed Marshall also a couple times this game, where it really matters, going for demos as well on the goalie. Good aggression right there. Centaur's going to remain on the offensive end. We'll get this one just barely away. Airspeed looking to play this one. Marshall's going to beat him to it, but only barely is. It drops down into center. Still a chance here. Airspeed centers this one. Nobody can safely commit. It'll be Crazy MS playing the reactionary game. Very well done as they wait on it. But it doesn't seem like the Centaurs really want to commit too much to this offense. They realize that if they make one mistake, their season is over.
Yeah, you're right. They're trying to play a little carefully as Crazy MS. That ball is going to bounce towards Airspeed on the wall, but Quirky Carpet's right there. He's going to throw that one downtown. Marshall center. Can he get the ball to him? He's still up for the ball. Here comes Quirky Carpet and Marshall. There's Icy center, but can't make the tap into the net. Excellent pass there, and the Centaurs are on offense.
Good transition downfield. That long clear by Airspeed does relieve a lot of pressure, but very dangerous there for the Centaurs. Very dangerous as well for the Aftermath, playing that aggressive third man role with Icy all the way up in the box. Now shots coming against. It'll be Marshall. A bit of a double commit right there. That fortunate tap of Icy's car. Probably not calculated, but it will get it away. Just that little bit that they need as we approach 3 minutes of overtime.
Yeah, oh, there's a shot!
Puts it through! They are alive! The Centaurs come out on top here. Game number 5. It's 2-3 out of their favor in game. But oh boy, are they kicking.
Wow. The Centaurs coming back. Game number 6 coming up. Can they get the reverse sweep? That's 2 in a row now for them.
Boy.
Oh man.
Oh, boy.
Squid, they go all the way.
Now if you're Aftermath, I mean, you gotta be looking at this and be like, okay, they took the first game and that wasn't so bad, but now, all right, we're kind of getting scared. Especially if they take the lead first here in this next game, and that's gonna be a particular, that's gonna make you a little bit worried for our blue team right here. They took the first 3 games. They were looking to just close it out right there. They had their chance. They threw it away, and the Centaurs are back.
Centaurs are back in. Talking about huge momentum.
Oh, yeah.
As we get fresh 5 minutes on the clock, Squid.
Still got to be a lot of nerves on their side, though. Regardless of the fact that they managed to take these 2 games in a row, they still got to respect Aftermath, and I desperately hope that they do, because it would be an absolute disaster to see them go down now.
Uh-oh.
Good chance for
Icy. Oh, man.
Jinx.
What? Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, you started, all right?
I did start. That's Airspeed. Can he get past Marshall? Oh my gosh, that
no.
ball's still in front of the net. Wow.
Very awkward there. Lots of pressure coming against, I suppose, in one way or another. First 30 seconds have come and gone. We've got a shot on net for both sides. Or sorry, no, only 2 for the Centaurs. I must have been seeing things for the Aftermath. They're looking for their first one right there, but Baba Baggins will clear it away. Icy gonna remain in the
what a shot!
Oh my goodness, that actually gets over top of Crazy MS. Did he get flashed? I don't really know. This one looks like he could have been back there to play it. No, he was expecting a win. Teammate.
And a little bit of unfortunate positioning there on the defensive half. But man.
Well, sometimes it happens that way. With 4:05 left, still a lot of time on the clock for a comeback here. Long ball, looking for the backboard. Actually does find it. No follow-up though. Crazy MS can't make the touch. Big Orky Carpet dropping off to the side, looking for the center with Marshall now. A bit of a double commit right there. Awkward, but did get it past Baba Baggins. Now retreating onto their own half. Icy going to keep this one in play. Marshall off the corner wall. Has Icy to work with in center. A huge clear right there, but a bit of a double commit. Once again, I'm starting to wonder if it's a little bit of nerves. Maybe they're not trusting each other as much as they maybe should be. Because you know how easy it is to say, all right, well, I know that I have this, and I don't want to risk like trusting my teammate and then him not being there.
Oh, indeed. I understand. There's a big bump. Almost comes out from airspeed. Could have taken Marshall out of the play. Instead, Marshall's going to bring this all the way downtown. Crazy MS gets up in time. That ball's rolling towards the net. Crazy's going to have to collect this one. This ball's still in the orange half as Icy's going to keep on applying pressure. Instead, it's going to leave it to Marshall, who has the flip reset. Can't get the touch. There's a triple commit. Opens that net wide open. It's all up to Baba Baggins and airspeed as they can get it around the corner. But it looks like Marshall is going to rotate back in time.
They will remain on the offense, however. Crazy, oh my goodness, that actually almost went through. Crazy MS putting on a lot of individual effort right there. Down the other way, IC gets taken out. Good clear there. I'm not exactly sure how that came to pass. I believe it was some sort of pinch. But the fact of the matter is that it did get away. Marshall trying to possess right here. Does get it away from Crazy MS. Airspeed gonna not actually make contact with that one. Baba Baggins there for the backup. Very good play right there. Backing your teammates, always a good idea on the defensive end. And the Centaurs will remain down by 1, though. I think that's the big takeaway. Aftermath still putting on that kind of pressure that they just need to zone out their opponents.
Yeah, they do. And they're trying. Actually, what I'm seeing from Aftermath is they're starting to play more carefully. They're playing more conservatively. They're going back on defense, sending only one player to attack at a time. That's very smart of them to try to keep this 1-goal lead here as we approach the 2-minute mark. That's Crazy MS. Double airspeed. Feels backflip, but still puts a speculative shot on the net. Can't find purchase. It's Quirky Carpet. Marshall having to play this one off his own back ball. Scary moment there for Aftermath. As Marshall has an open net. Can he get it past Baggins? Yes, he can. Can he get it in? He does. 2-goal lead.
Marshall manages to do it all with 0 boost in the tank. The Star Striker puts it through around Baba Baggins and still manages to get the flick just in time to get it away from
Wow.
Man is truly
No
insane.
way.
The Centaurs, oh my goodness. Things not looking up for them right now. They have to come back by 2 goals in 1:40, where they've been shut out for the rest of this game.
Still plenty of time left in the game to tie it up to get that first goal. It gives you good momentum to get that second tying one as Icy's going to throw another one. 3-goal lead now. And you see this classic Diamond Aftermath now getting into form.
I think the way we reference it as the classic Diamond High School Aftermath, not the classic Diamond, as in like the rank Aftermath. They definitely, I think they were definitely a little bit more skilled than Diamond, if you had to ask me. But that one's gonna shut down just about any hope that there was for the Centaurs to come back. And now Marshall's gonna get an extra one. All right, DJ Khaled.
Oh man,
Get
not
out of
like
here.
this. Not like this. As Icy working with Marshall, excellent job shepherding that ball towards the center. 4-goal lead. 1:20 left before we potentially crown our grand champions for this season.
I mean, if you're Aftermath right now, you gotta be making a little bit like Cloud9 and thinking to yourselves like, oh, as you're playing, like, did we win? Did we win this? I mean, they still do have to hold on, but with just about a minute remaining, I think it might be a little bit out of reach at this point. I'm not certain I want to call it as of right now, but it's gonna take a miracle.
Man.
And with that 5th goal, I think that might just do it. I'm not certain if we're gonna be seeing a comeback here.
That might just be unfortunate there for the Centaurs. Had an excellent game 5 and game 4. It just let this one go a little bit away from them. You can tell after that first goal from DHS, they were still really in this one. But once the second goal came out, their nerves started to show, and now they are just walking over them. Unfortunate circumstances. However, the Centaurs, they've played out of their minds tonight.
Yeah, the comeback was definitely the #1, I think, highlight of the night, managing to shut out their opponents in one of the games. The Centaurs did a good job in managing that. But unfortunately, they will fall here, it seems, with a 6-0 deficit, and I believe Airspeed has disconnected again.
Unfortunate circumstances. Yeah, well, you know, these players playing across the country, too. This is an Alaska versus Connecticut server, so you can't say much about that. It's unfortunate. There's nothing we can do about it. The game must go on. It's in the rules, unfortunately. But again, 7-goal deficit now. Very tough situation.
Yeah, I think it's a bit time to start to looking towards the post game if you're on either side of this ball or in the booth with us. I mean, honestly, the aftermath, they just look so solid this game. I think that for the Centaurs, their big problem, I feel like, was the nerves. If they hadn't gone down those first 3 games initially, I feel like there'd be a lot better of a chance for them to take it. Because honestly, they didn't look like they really started playing their game until we got to those games that they won. I mean, they managed to keep it close, sure, but it definitely wasn't the kind of game where it looked like they were making their touches as they really wanted them, making their clears as they really wanted them. The aftermath still had that momentum going from their semifinal match, so it you know, it happens. It's 4-2 in the grand finals. At least you can say that you brought them to a 4-2 series.
Indeed, and you know what? Hey, this was a fantastic series. Both teams played spectacular. But unfortunately, both these teams came in undefeated throughout the regular season, throughout the playoffs, but only one could remain undefeated after that, and that is DHS Aftermath. And man, Squid, that was just fantastic.
It was, but I think that's going to close it out, unfortunately. Well, it's the end of Rocket League action for tonight. Dang.
Yeah, it is. So again... Well, you know, hey, wish we can just keep on casting all night long, but I just want to say thank you, our wonderful viewers, for tuning into the finals for the EGFH Nationals with Diamond DHS Aftermath taking the victory. You can follow us at official EGF on Twitter and Twitch for updates and announcements, and I'd like to once again thank Mob Crush for helping us multi-stream this season. I am Meet and Greek. You can find me on Twitter at Meet and Greek, one word. And with me tonight,
I'm Squid. Yeah, that guy who, you know, kind of looks like a sea creature. You can find me on Twitter at Squid_RL on Squid with 2Ds if you're really that interested. But, you know, yeah, we saw some great games tonight, and I honestly look forward to seeing more of EGFH next season, Season 3. Again, your Season 2 champions are the Diamond High School Aftermath. Huge shout out to them and the Centaurs for getting a close second place. We've had some great fun tonight, and I think that's going to be it for us, George. So why don't you go ahead and close this out?
Yeah, again, thank you so much, everyone. And by the way, stay tuned for the finals in Overwatch on Thursday, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. I love playing Overwatch, Squid. So you know what? Got to plug that in as well. It's going to be fantastic. Hope to see y'all there in the chat. Have a good night, everyone.